Welcome back to another episode of I Got Big Bowls. Pause. Pause.
I got big bowls. Hey, 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 hey. I got big bowls. Hey, 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 hey. I got big bowls. Hold up one time, do it. Hold up one time, bow it. Hold up one time, do it. Hold up one time.
Hey, once again, it's on. It's your boy E1 Don signing on salute. That's E1 DON on all social media. Just add the salute if you're rocking on Twitter or Clubhouse. Time to get back on Clubhouse. I can see some value in it, but I could also see it being a waste of time, like all social media. So I guess, you know, I'm gonna figure it out eventually. So you guys just follow me anyway. Maybe you guys tag me in a room or something, I'll come in there. So it's up to you guys whether I be on social media or not. So there you have it. Everything's your fault. The show's brought to you by CrunchTimeMedia.net for all your photo, video, merchandise needs. And you know, you go get you some t-shirts, some hoodies. Hoodie season is upon us. I'm thinking about releasing a discount code, the hoodie season. It is getting cool outside. So definitely be checking back for that. And we're live Hip Hop Daily. Make sure you guys download the app, go to the website. A lot of great programming. This is one of them. I got Big Bowls. Pause. We got more cereal, we got more guests, and we got more bowls. Pause. Got my co-host in the building, Danny Digital.
What's going on? It's your boy Danny Digital. Follow me on all social platforms at Danny Digital, DANYDIDITALL. Check out some of that photography and video content I got for you guys.
Pretty sure he said D-I-G-I. It sounds like you said. It sounds like you said some on the Midwest Twister. And we got some real special guests in the building. We got Leonardo DeVirgo. Sir. On your social medias.
Khaled Salam, MC, producer, screenwriter, social media, Suit Coat Jones. You know, suit coat that you wear with ties.
In case you guys don't know.
Suit Coat Jones. And
Wiz Kelly, producer, engineer, artist. Instagram, Wiz Kelly _ Wiz Kelly, another 2 underscores.
that's me.
Let me tell you my name. You know, Wiz Kelly, if you ever watch the Power Family, dude, you ain't never seen his face. That's pretty much where I got my name from.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna get to what they got going on, and as always, we're gonna get to some cereal. Good old cereal. So we were just listening to the project, you know what I mean? So tell us a little bit about your background, first of all. Like, you know, does everybody notice the father-son duo? You know, how does it, I kind of got an idea of how this may have started, but tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, rap, boy.
almost. Well, of course, you know, I've been an artist, producer for a long time, and, you know, he was at the house, you know, been around the studio his whole entire life, and, you know, he would bang on keys. So eventually, you know, I got him his own equipment, because every time I'm trying to get on something, so I bought him his own machine, and he just went to work. But, you know, he's just been around it, dibbling and dabbling, you know, classically trained, violas, whatever. And so, when I did Bare Hand Fisherman, you know, I was up here to do Bare Hand Fisherman. Well, he ended up doing 2 beats on there.
Right.
And so that developed into this project. So I was like, well, you know, I've never had a chance to just actually be an artist. Because with everybody in the crew, you know, I'm always hands-on, doing the beats, mixing and engineering. Then I still got to write my rhymes while everybody else is you know, done. But then this time, all I had to do was just write rhymes. I didn't mix anything. I didn't do anything. Just write rhymes and
how refreshing.
You know? So man, it was like best feeling ever.
Some new bars.
Yeah, I did. I really felt like a new artist because I've never had that luxury.
Right.
I don't. You know, and I never thought about it before. But I mean, I didn't have to do anything. He just did everything. So
yeah. And how did you like doing everything and just letting Pops lay the bars?
You know how many people who got dads that rap and they whack them?
You know, that was another question.
And not even just dads. Like, I got friends that ain't even, you know what I'm saying? People that's former friends that ain't even making nothing shake on the mic. I give them a beat and I'm like,
Yeah.
So, I mean, my dad just killing it every time.
Like, riding around the car playing your dad music and every like, who this? Oh, this my pop.
This my pop.
They be like, huh?
Every time. used to happen even on the bus in middle school.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, who you listening to? I'm like, it's my dad. And they just like, it don't register the first time. They're like, wait, no, who you listening to?
Like, this is dad. They searching it on Instagram. I put in dad. Nigga. Ain't not pulling up, nigga. Dad, what?
Never heard of that.
You ever be like, Dad, this ain't diverse? You had to tell them to change it? Never. Okay.
You wouldn't have to tell me that because I know.
That's one thing about us, we're highly self-aware of like, if we got something that ain't hitting on nothing, most likely none of y'all gonna hear it.
Right.
I ain't even gonna hear it. They ain't even gonna hear it.
You're like, let's stop.
I won't even bring it out.
Yeah,
He
right.
won't hear it until I'm finished. Oh yeah, this is it.
This is the one. Yeah.
You can't let yourself, you can't even let it lead the session
Right.
if that junk not hitting on nothing.
I hear that.
Can't even do it.
Beautiful.
Oh man.
So are y'all doing any visuals for the project, or how y'all going to continue marketing, or what's next for it?
We have a visual already for Picasso. We're actually going to do one for Van Gogh, and we've already completed the second project. So, we're done with the next one called Yaphet Kodo. So,
Okay.
And when did you start getting into producing? At what age did you decide, like, I'm gonna play on the keyboard or whatever?
I mean, shit, we got pictures back when I was like 4.
Right, so it's like,
it's always been there.
it's always just been there.
It's never really left. Like, it was certain points where, late middle school, early high school, I was kind of a phase. I was playing basketball, so music wasn't, in the forefront. And it just came right back like nothing, Just even ever since from 4 through 7, I was on there. Then about 7 through 13 years old, I had this own little program that they had at the school.
Yeah. You remember your first beat you made? That you thought was fire?
We got a whole CD of like all my old beats.
Yeah.
when he was like 9,
Yeah.
shout out to Mahogany Beats, Grammy Award winner. He when I met him, he was teaching a class for Fulton County.
Yeah.
And so, and it was just a producing class for kids, for little kids. And so what happened was I just enrolled him in it, paid your little fee, and I would go pick him up. And then one day he was like, and I didn't know, I knew his name, but I didn't know what he looked like or anything. Mahogany Beats, he produced for Dre, J. He just got a whole catalog of artists of Mariah Carey. And so he was like, hey, yo, let me holler at you. He was like, man, yeah. He was like, man, your son is dope. My boy? Yeah, because he was like, there's a whole bunch of kids.
You started saying his name. You showed my son, right?
No, I knew. He was like, it was like a whole bunch of kids in there.
Yeah.
He's like the only one that really understands, because they were chopping samples.
Right.
He was teaching the little kids how to chop
around
samples.
it.
I think the program's called Super Duper Music Looper.
Okay.
And so they were chopping samples. He's like, man, and I was like, well, he's around me all the time because I do beats or whatever.
Right.
He was like, word. So he didn't tell me who he was, but he ended up coming to the house, and then that's when he told me, because he was going by his government name, not Mahogany Beats. And so then he started hearing stuff. He was like, yo, you dope too. He's like, and so that's how he and I built a relationship. But that's where it started really for him, where he was like, just kind of getting into it. So he started chopping samples early, and then he's already a musician. We both musicians. I play 6 instruments, and he plays viola, violin, all the string instruments with teardrop music. So
To answer your question, that was like when I first realized I was good.
Yeah.
When I had like grown man teacher telling me like every time
you hit
he used to come over, he'd hear everybody else, but he was trying to come over to see what I was making.
All right, hold on. Gotta show everybody focus. That fire, you got that fire?
Yeah, let me get that first. I got a verse for that last beat to get last week.
Save that.
For the verse.
Put that on the hard drive.
That's how I was when I heard that one joint. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I called it. I had no bars. No, that's right. Just in case.
So it was, you said, you rapped on 2 of his beats on the last project.
Right.
Was that the first time you landed on your project? Was that the first time you rapped on his beats?
Well, yeah, that was actually the first time I rapped on it. Well, he was chopping, and he was really, he has a phenomenal crew. Kid Boys and all of them, they're real dope. Everybody does something. There's like, either they rap or they shoot videos or they do beats or they internet. So everybody plays a part. So I'm really impressed by, that ensemble. But with him, he would just chop the samples, and then he gave me those too. He was like, hey, Dad, what you think about these? Because, he's been around, so he kind of knows he's a, like
Sounds good for
I
you.
consider him a real producer instead of a beat maker because he knows exactly what I like.
He's making
You know,
music
and he was
for-
like,
for
"What you
people.
think about this?" And I don't even think he was like doing it to get on the project. He was just like doing them, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this going on the project," because they fit. You know, it fit with what I was doing. It fit with the particular sound that I was going for on that project pretty much. And so there's a, you know, I think a few of them are like people's favorite songs, the ones that he done. I think the joint I got Abyss on. That's you know, shout out to Abyss. You know, that joint right there, he did that. You know, that's probably one of my favorite joints on the joint too. So it just materialized from there. And then, you know, when he's doing stuff with his crew, you know, I probably did the most features in this last year than I've ever done in my whole 25-year career or 30-year career rapping. So I was like, man, people probably think I'm dope. It took that long. Huh?
Take that long.
I ain't gonna lie, I was telling my man, he was telling me that his brother up in DC was telling him about you, so I was like, okay.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah.
That's dope, bro. Yeah, that's real dope, man.
Have y'all ever done any co-produce? Since, you know,
We got a whole beat where I think it was when I was like a year in and learning like the viola or whatnot, and then he came out there, he was like, hey, take your viola with you, and then like let's play like a bunch of different melodies, and I remember he just like made a beat around it. And I remember that was like one of the first actual beats we like actually made together. But I know he definitely had me like on a couple songs, like, or me just talking as a kid. Or, I remember he'd write me a verse, or I remember I used to have this little beat on my keyboard that he just, you know, you press the button and it just goes. Right. And then he wrote me a verse for that, and I was like 4 years old.
Yeah. But you rap now though, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
are you, getting on any of the projects? Are you spitting on this project here?
I spit twice on Leo.
Okay.
And then our next one, I'm all over that. Like,
Okay. Are you impressed with your son's bars?
Oh man, I am. I would tell him that. I'd be like, that's cool. You know, because I'm
Does he
a
make
Virgo.
you want to go back on?
I'm a Virgo, so I'd be like, nah, but he's been very impressive, you know. But he's a perfectionist like that. You know what I'm saying? He knows when it's not up to par. He's like, nah, I gotta go back. And so, you know, I don't have to tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's very aware of his art and his skills. So I think he's coming along real well, especially as an MC, because you know that's important to other MCs. You're like, okay. And then not just saying it because he's my son, but you know, if it was whack, you know, I probably wouldn't say that's whack, but I'd be like, let's try it again.
I'd say something.
I would say something.
Speak up.
Because that's
Up now.
I mean, that's how our whole crew is. Like, you're like, bruh, that's what you going with?
Yeah,
Going with that verse?
If I ain't, you know, like this in the studio, it ain't it. Right?
But if you remember back in the day, like when Wu-Tang came out, and it was like, if your bar, you know, you ain't gonna make the song. So it's really that type of thing with just the whole Green Tea family. It was like, so everybody be like, it's a competition, you know, especially when you're doing, you know, a compilation project. It's like,
working with other MCs around seems like it sharpened my pen a little.
right, it does.
Like, it's a little, you know, it's like a competition. It's a little competitive.
It's always
there. It's like, yeah.
No matter who, the best of friends. You always going, man.
You came on that verse. Yeah.
Always got
Change something up.
Cause you know, products haven't been up there yet, but you know, me and my group member products, you know, that's how we operate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be the weak link on the track. You're not, you know, and no disrespect to like Fife and Big Boy, but you know, people always had more of affinity for like Andre and Q-Tip, and so I'm not about to be the B side of the group. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you gonna respect these bars. Right. So I'm trying to make whoever I'm on the song with go rewrite their shit. So that's just how I've always approached it. And then he's like, oh yeah, everybody killing it. So it really ain't no holes in this song or whatever.
Definitely.
Dope. Not to say anything about Fife or
No, not at all. No, they are.
I know what you're saying.
But have you heard that new joint Big Boy just posted?
Big Boy is, first of all, I used to think Big Boy was way better than Andre when they first came out. I used to think that, but my boy, he said Andre was one of the best rappers ever, and I was just like, it was just the first album. I was just like, nah, I'm tripping. I was like, it's too soon. I was from New York, he's from here, so I was just thinking that was just his representation. Finding somebody from Atlanta to be like, hold the flag, but nah, 3 Stacks is that man.
The big boy, that guy too. It's just the perception. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Not that he's lackluster, but it's just other people's perception. I want to make I love it. It's like certain people perceive it that way, and I definitely want to clarify that because Big Boy is not no slouch. And Fife, may rest in peace, is no slouch either. But people was always when they talk about Dre, they put him in top 5 categories. And then they kind of sleep on Big Boy, but Big Boy a monster. So,
what's some of y'all influence? We always kind of have a little friendly debate about a popular rapper from the New York scene. And my dislike for his type of style, but tell us a little bit about some of y'all influences.
I'll let him go first.
My influences? I got a long list, man. I mean, my very first favorite rapper was KRS-One. I was like 4 years old. Like, I used to play My Philosophy like every single day. Every minute, every hour.
He was.
I was a big fan of, Nas. That was like my second favorite. Nas, Sean Price. I went through it, J. Reed the Damager stage. Pretty much everybody in the native tongue. Rock Marcy, that's my number 1 of all time. Ghostface, Supreme Clientele, Iron Man, Sky Zoo, Willie the Kid. This is too many.
I was listening to everything.
Big Earl Sweatshirt guy.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much, anybody
About the Far Side. I feel like you was focused on it. I think I know what his lane of music is at, but tell me a little bit about maybe some of your favorite MCs or who inspire you.
Well, mine go back to Run. Run, because, I'm old. I turned, I don't know if y'all I turned 50 last week.
Okay,
so,
congratulations.
Run was the guy for me initially. I was like in 7th, 8th grade, Run.
Yeah,
and then he was the guy. And then LL came along. He was like, oh my God, and so it was like from LL, and then from then on, then it was like CL Smooth, Guru from an MC perspective. And if you can tell, I'm a little bit of Guru-ish, kind of monotone-ish. There's always, always like my natural voice, not trying to change my voice to sound like anybody. So, and then, people that, you alluded to, I feel like those have always been my peers though, because, I'm actually older than him. And so, I was rapping. Then when he came out, I just liked him. I thought he was dope. So I thought at that particular time he was the dopest. But
talking about Nas.
Nas. Because we always had this debate. Because I never understand, but he still hadn't given me a clear, distinctive answer of why. Yeah, you did say that, which I think is his best album. A lot of people go with It Was Written, but I go with Illmatic. And It Was Written his second best. But I dig a lot of the same people he named. As far as digging them, I feel like that as an MC, I'm on par with them. I feel like a lot of them dudes are my peers. And I just found out Big Daddy Kane only 3 years older than me. That's weird because we've been out for so long. So he just turned 53 and I just turned 50. I was like, hey,
How's that being a lyricist as far as listening to other music or cause I know sometimes writing rhymes, back in my earlier days, one time I thought I came up with something, but it was a rhyme somebody else had said, word for word. I was like, ooh, this is hot. I thought about it. That sounds like, I was like, yeah, I think that's somebody else. So I know sometimes people like to listen to other music when they're writing their own music, but what's your vibe on that?
I really don't. I just sit with whatever beats I'm writing to, so I don't really listen to other people. But I'm not a mimicker. You go through that stage early on. I've been out that stage since I was in junior high, so which is many, many moons ago. So I remember maybe in 6th, whenever the song Friends came out, we were friends. When that first came out, I was in class and we were supposed to write a poem for class, and I basically bit that rhyme. It was my own words, but basically it was patterned right after Friends, and my joint was called Pals. I was in the 6th grade, and so you go through it's called Pals. And mind you, I remember my teacher. Her name was Miss Cox. she was like, oh my goodness.
She didn't even
This is
know.
phenomenal, but their whole mind was biting.
Little black.
So, but from there, you know, you go through your mimicking stages, and then you grow out of it, you know, because you know, then you find out, you know, what these days is acceptable. But biting them in my day was, you know, that was a no-no. You couldn't copy off anybody, or oh, you a biter. You couldn't even use the same drum beat as somebody, and they would get mad at
Let's
you.
talk about it. So, I mean, what do you say is the best era? I want to hear both of you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier with that, like I like to choose my best MCs by era. Like I would never compare a top MC from any different era except for Jay-Z, because he's been a man in many eras.
I mean, some people, that's what makes you a GOAT, when you can transfer to different eras. So.
I'm always gonna, as far as the MCs, I'm always gonna put Melly Mel at the top. Because Melly Mel, if you talk about reality rap, you know, you go, because nobody ever puts him as a GOAT. But I'm like, well, we wouldn't have Mobb Deep. We wouldn't have anybody who talks about real life stuff without the song and message. He's the first person to do that. And he was the top dude in that era. You know, you might have had Grandmaster Cass at that particular time, but he didn't have no message video. He didn't have no video in the hood like Melly Mel did. And so, you know, I reference him on Leonardo. What's that? Complexion of Melly Melvin and Crushed Velvet. So just paying a little homage to those who I think are great that sometimes get forgotten about. So, and you have to go through eras. You know, it's a great in every era, and then you have to, when you make a list, you have to put that great on that list. You can't exclude them because you ain't never been around them. Like, I've never seen Bill Russell play, but I know the lineage.
It's like the people who was witness to that era is not really in the debate, so it's like it's like they're not even casting a vote for these people. So they don't even, they're used to getting everything straight up, hand in hand. They're not on social media. They're putting like, what about this guy or this guy? So I think it's just like, you know, I like with some of the like Netflix specials that kind of went through the history. I got to learn about what's my man's name who used to do, like, he was like one of the first people kind of just spitting on the mic while Kool Herc was spinning, and he would just be like just saying little, I forget his name, I just seen
Busy B?
Yeah, Busy B. I think
a lot of them dudes, you know, that's where it really started, you know, with just them just kind of doing an intermission thing, and then it just turned into longer bars, you know, and they start rhyming even more. So
you feel like that's still an important relationship with the DJ and the MC?
Yeah, and right now the DJ is the producer, you know what I'm saying? And so I think and this is my guy, you know what I'm saying? This is like my favorite person on the planet, you know, and my kids, you know, his older sister, you know, I have two, and so those are my favorite people. And so to be able to share these moments, and you know, there's nothing I forced him into, you know what I'm saying? It's just a natural gravitation. You know, he was exposed to it, but he could have easily went another route, especially even with music, because he's you know, he grew up in Atlanta. So, you know, there's a lot of influence. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of influences here. And so, and he has friends that he probably didn't like them. So a lot of them their musical knowledge is elevated because he's putting them on to people. You know, you heard him say, like, his guy is Rock Marciano. So, you know, I would love for them to do a project together, just him producing. And that's really, you know, I feel like I'm passing the torch in a great way. I get to be a part of it. You know, it's like LeBron and his son playing in the league. I feel like that's what it is. I'm Bron, that's Bronny, but he already made it to the league. You know, I'm on my way out the door, which I'll stop whenever, you know, if I start getting whacked, then I'll stop.
One of the best eras to really just do your thing and to just be about the actual music versus like something else where you gotta have this crazy marketing team. Like you can really get into some bars and music. Like that's how I got into Griselda. I'm just listening and Tidal just flipped. I was listening to Jim Jones' new album at the time, and it just flipped to something. I'm like, yo, who's these bars? I'm like, yo, I'm like, who's this?
I forgot them. I love that movement, man, because they just came out of nowhere doing it their way, and that's how I've always wanted to do and have done it my way. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at what everybody else is doing because I'm not you. And I'm not trying to be.
Things is like you can do it your way. Sometimes it's just different paths. You can't do it your way trying to go their path. That's where I think people mess up. It's like you got to build your own thing and do it your way and figure out your own path. So if if you're following somebody else's path, you gotta have to try and do it their way, which is still not gonna work because that's their way. You know what I'm saying?
Can't be the best doing what somebody else doing.
Exactly.
Impossible.
So because I like that style of music. I like, you know, MOP was one of my favorites.
Right.
Like when I like to tell people about the kind of music I like to listen to, I'm like MOP. How about some hardcore? Like that's the theme music to the like. I would put that at the top, and then everything else would be up under it. Like I want some of that. Like I was kind of going back and forth with some people on Instagram about some Nas stuff. I was just being funny, but they were saying like somebody commented like it was like Nas, Jeezy. Somebody said Jeezy album was better than Nas.
I lost brain cells really good. Yes,
But
You was in that comment section?
Yeah,
I passed that. I ain't even look at that. I was like, man, I ain't paying
I hope I wasn't arguing with you.
I know. I wasn't even in that conversation. I scrolled
I
past.
said, I'm saying like, as much as I respect Nas, I would think that Jeezy's more of a result of NWA, because I'm thinking like Jeezy does gangster music, like, and Nas does, you know, more
Life, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's
I
like,
think it
it's
was a
not
good
even the same.
comparison.
Yeah, it's
and
not
then,
even
then I
worse.
saw the day before that, I think it might have been the same people that posted that. They posted Reasonable Doubt versus 400 Degrees.
Right.
And I'm like, those are good comparisons. And then also, I look at what album is palatable right now, too. If you're gonna compare them to, do you listen to that Jeezy album now, or do you listen to that? And I was like, people still listen to the other two. And so, and it's not to say that
400 Degrees and Jeezy probably would have been more closer.
And then Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt, and that's actually an argument. That's a great argument because Reasonable. Me personally, and I know, you know, forgive me, all y'all hip hop heads, but I personally think Reasonable Doubt better than Ready to Die.
Hold on, listen, only 11 minutes.
I said better than Ready to Die.
It's better than a lot of things.
But I didn't say it's better than Illmatic. They neck and neck.
Can you cue it real quick?
But I will say this now. This has been documented that Nas and everybody got back to the drawing board with Illmatic. There's a lot of people that changed their rapping style because of that album.
You think he was
Fat
a young
Joe?
phenom. He was a young phenom.
Yeah. Like he wrote the album. He wrote the album at
producers.
17. It comes out at 19. You think about what we were doing at 19. He even made us. Everybody that was around was like, oh yeah, he killing us right now. Let me.
So young phenom. I think the thing, my major, I ain't gonna say it's my only thing, but I think that producer team, like to me, it always be with the beat that Nas picks.
Yeah, he had the greats.
Always frown upon mostly, and then.
What you think about these last two projects with Hit Boy? You're not a Hit Boy fan? You don't even check. I listen to people I don't really care for. I listen to the new Ye album. I listen to the new Drake album. I listen to them. I don't care for them. I don't care for either. I mean, that's no disrespect to them, but that wasn't my cup of tea. I'm not in that type of mind frame, and I felt like it was taking me out of my zone by listening to them. Like, cause I'm in a pocket right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a certain pocket, and I was like, I don't want to listen to that.
I heard Charlotte, cause I don't like when people were hating on Yeezy, because if Yeezy was to pass away, people would be like, this is what best to ever do. And he is the best ever. He's just, you know, he's on a vibe that people is not on. Whatever. I'm not campaigning for him. But I just think that he's dope. He gave us a lot of dope music. And what I would love to hear is a Drake over Kanye produced album. I think that'd be crazy. It probably would be. That'd be crazy. Like,
It would be.
that'd be crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like Kanye production that gave Jay-Z that extra edge. You know what I mean? Like
They can't gonna do that though.
he likes to keep it in house.
They just care about the unit.
I think that Ye has definitely gave us some great stuff. I don't think he's in touch right now because you know, you can do some great things, and like I always compare it to coaches. So when he played, because you know he's still a beast on the court. I saw a lot of coaches that he played for where the game has passed them by. You know, they're yelling at kids for making behind the back passes, which are now routine. And I think musically that happens to producers and artists too. The game has passed you by to where you think you're doing something innovative and you're really not. You know, I'm so ahead of the game. Maybe at one point, even he was never ahead of the game to me before. I think that because of his the space that he was in, you know, with producing for Jay-Z, it allowed a resurgence for sample rap. But nobody, you know, it wasn't new. You know, you had Stimulated Dummy, you still had RZA, you had all the greats that used sample, chop. And you know, Ninth Wonder was around then. So yeah, Lil Brother. So he just was more mainstream, and so now everybody's getting back into it. But he did his thing. He has some great picks.
I like that he's always pushing into. Like, he's doing gospel music right now. He makes no bones about it. That's what he.
Oh, okay.
Where he at? That's where he's at with that. So I'm just saying.
That's the Apollo Theater package. You know, they don't never boo nobody when they do gospel.
Right. I don't think it's that bad. It's not great though. It ain't My Beautiful Dark Twisted Secret, which I think is one of the best.
I thought that was a great album.
That was the best album sonically anyone made.
I thought that was a great album. It doesn't get talked about because his first three, you know, the college series, you know, those are great projects. But I thought that was
that was what put him in God mode and went into this whole
complex
thing. Like that's when he put him up so high, he was like, oh, you know what I mean? I'm better than Jay-Z, and that's when he lost.
He thinks that. Hey, it's like here over here, Big Bo. Folks, like to get into your cereal background. What's some of your all-time favorite cereal coming up, even to this day? I know y'all probably eat the same cereal.
Actually, we don't.
Raisin Bran or something. Right?
I'm old, brother. I'm trying to keep my body down. So,
like a Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Depending on what day, like Fruity Pebbles don't hit every day. But
you got
that one day they hit. Top tier. Cocoa Pebbles.
Okay.
And then you gotta go pasta.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah, it's all good.
I rock with that. He done told you out there raising.
Yeah, well, you know, I eat just because I can't eat all that sugar. Now I don't eat, but you know, if you're talking about what I like when I grew up, like, you know, Fruity Pebbles is one. Crunch Berry, you know, and I've been on here before, so you know, I don't waver from what I like, but I don't eat those anymore on a regular basis. I eat stuff, you know, I'm trying to get away from the gluten. You know, I'm trying to be around, man. If y'all want to see me for another 50 years, I can't eat all that sugar like that anymore.
Today, I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I'm good today, so whatever you got.
That's something crazy though. But let me get a little drum roll.
I have nothing crazy.
My bad. Oh yeah. Little Debbie's.
Okay. Never heard of them.
Cosmic Brown.
Where y'all be finding these doing?
I hate these. Real life. I know, I've definitely bought a pack of these before, but.
You don't mess with the brownie?
I never had it in cereal form.
Nah, I can make some brownies, but these right here.
It might be better in cereal form.
I never even knew they had a cereal form.
Me neither.
They say new.
It's new.
Me neither.
Debbie. I mean,
Debbie made cereal.
I'm very skeptical. I like the they right there. Fresh pack of bowls. Yeah, we're trying to do something.
I rock with it. Put that towards the camera.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get it together. My person didn't show us no love that time, but Lil Debbie, you know, I like some of her products.
Yeah. Little snacks.
I don't know about the cereal part.
Might be one of those examples of somebody going in somebody else's lane.
Exactly. See, we do this for you. You the people. We're gonna take this risk.
Like we're always taking it on the chin for y'all. Big pause.
I'm not a big fan of chocolate cereal.
Me either.
It look ashy.
I don't remember.
Cereal needs some lotion.
Nah, they don't look like that. Y'all pouring a lot. Y'all pouring a lot.
Kind of tastes like
It tastes like if they made Cocoa Pebbles into like a bigger chip type.
I'm scared to see what it's gonna do with the milk.
It's not bad.
Nah, I fuck with some of these snacks back here. Swiss rolls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutty Buddies.
Yes, sir. The almond.
The oatmeal cream pies was not busting as a cereal.
Whatever floats your bowl around here.
You know what? I ain't even gonna hold it. Getting the mini wheat chocolate vibe going on.
Man, ain't that bad. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that was just, you know, potato chip style. Let you know.
Are not that bad. Not what I imagined.
Alright, Dad.
Hold on, Liddell.
Hold on, little Dad. Go on now, little Dad. Yeah, go holler at the boy.
Y'all was trying to talk down. And it got right on y'all.
Little Dad look like I out here.
I wonder what they get the taste is like. Tastes like brownie to you? You got it?
Yeah, I would love to be a professional taste tester. You know, culinary.
Can be.
How do you trust your judgment though? What if your taste is whack? What if you grew up in a very bland household?
I got a great palate.
I don't think there's anybody around here saying their palate sucks. Like, well, I don't know what tastes good and what don't.
Like, I need an average palate. Average palate.
Well, you can tell by what some people eat that they taste palate is trash.
Chicken nuggets every day.
Yep, chicken nuggets and Cheetos.
All right, we got a little get to know you section while we eat cereal. What's your favorite meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
All of them, because you can eat breakfast any time of the day.
You can. Breakfast when I feel like eating it though. Sometimes I'll be eating breakfast, but when I do, top tier.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is it the type of food or the time of day?
Really the type of food. Definitely type of food.
I like breakfast food.
That's what's up.
It doesn't seem to weigh you down. You know, when you eat some chicken and mashed potatoes, you sleep.
I ate a fucking mom.
Favorite time of the day to eat cereal?
Anytime.
Night time. But you had to get some.
I'm getting a refill, huh?
That means they weren't that bad.
I had to take a big
I think I showed myself the first time.
Every day go
The
like
damn on something.
What up, little Dad?
Alright, you can have a bowl of cereal with anybody, dead or alive. Cereal and conversation. Who you having a bowl with?
It's tough.
Well, for right now, I'm probably gonna go with Yaphet Kotto. I like to talk. Yaphet Kotto, one of the great American black actors. Been in a lot of stuff. He liked the Samuel Jackson before Samuel Jackson. He was in everything back in the 70s and 80s and stuff. So,
Nipsey, man. That was one person I was really mad at. You know, I did not get to meet. Every time I see Nipsey, you always learn something. And you just always get a perspective on something.
That's a good pick. Still like coming from Nipsey. I was like, yo, I still want to know what's up. I was like, yo, where we have it at? You know what's good. To this day. What type of cereal you think they have y'all eating on?
What type of cereal what?
What type of cereal you think Nipsey have you eating or I forget.
Yaphet Kotto probably eating Raisin Bran like this.
Something blue.
All berries.
Something blue.
Oops, all berries.
Alright. Now, me and my brother here, we're at odds with how you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So when making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you prefer a spoon or butter knife?
Butter knife for the peanut butter, spoon for the jelly.
What? Double?
Wasted too many utensils.
Who's doing the dishes?
You gotta do them. You gotta rinse them off.
I do them. I don't mind washing dishes. Shoot. I grew
You
up
just want
watching.
the perfect sandwich.
I don't, even though, and it's weird, I'm weird like this. Even though I know they're gonna mush it out. I don't want peanut butter in my jelly, and I don't want jelly in my peanut butter. I do not like that. If I look at my peanut butter and I see some old jelly in there, I'm grossed out. I don't want that.
It's not
But this is what you do. This is why you go jelly first, because it's easier to get that clean before you go into the peanut butter. And you go peanut butter first, you went for some
That's
trouble.
why I use two different.
The thing about the jelly, it slide off the knife
Tell them
sometimes.
about it. Tell them about it. I feel like
That's why I gotta
where
get
you
the
going.
spoon.
There you go.
That's why I gotta get the spoon.
You gotta have the right, slide off. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your hands
And then sometimes,
solid.
sometimes the little teeth, the little grooves on the joint, it kind of might scrape your bread. Like,
Nah. The spoon will scoop your bread. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you cut with a fucking butcher knife.
you use this, turn it over, and then use the other side
Come
to
on,
smooth
the
it.
back side.
That's
built.
light.
Then you scoop your bread out.
Y'all cook?
Spoon. I
Cook. So you ever baked a cake before?
okay.
And so
yeah.
when you make a cake, right, you pick the thing that you want to lick the batter. When I take the peanut butter, I want to lick the knife after, but I'm not sticking that in the jelly. So
jelly first. And then
supposed to wait
I
till the
wanna lick the
sandwich
jelly
is
too.
done. You gotta wait till you're done and you can
Nah.
lick off the same spoon that's already on
because I
there.
don't want it
Jelly
mixing.
and
I
peanut
don't want
butter
it
on
mixing
it.
before the
Can't-
sandwich.
can't
One lick.
They can only mix when you put the sandwich together. That's just how I.
You snacking. You're getting double treats off double utensils.
Hey, that's fine with me.
You're getting triple double.
Hey.
Y'all triple double dipping.
Fine with me.
Alright, ketchup and other condiments. You keep your ketchup in the refrigerator or the cabinet?
I think I'm a cabinet. I think I'm a cabinet guy. I think I'm a cabinet guy.
As they should be. Cause
I don't like cold. I don't want cold ketchup.
Ice on your hot dog and hamburger.
It's a nice temperature, nice and
Nice
it's
and
Got
balanced.
any room.
It's nice and balanced. And I like for me, it's all about how fast or slow it comes out of the bottle. And I get that nice
Shake
slow,
up.
nice slow.
What kind of ketchup y'all use?
It's in the refrigerator, so you know. But when it's in the cabinet, that thing is loosey goosey. It's a real
You
fast.
gotta get the organic. See, I use the organic.
Don't even break down.
Get all them preservatives in it. So it's gonna be stuff draining.
What's your favorite curse word or phrase? You can use initials if you don't curse public word.
Motherfucker is my favorite word. Samuel Jackson, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Anybody seen that motherfucker Bobby?
Motherfucker's a classic.
I could get crucified for I ain't trying to get y'all in trouble. I ain't.
We'll bleep
But
if it's that bad. Beep. This is offensive.
the N-word is one of the most quintessential words that the white man has ever created. It's probably the best creation, most innovative creation that they have ever made without stealing something.
Man,
I mean, they were so hard that we took it. And now they want it back.
Nah, they can't.
They can't have it. We done swagged it up. We added the A and everything.
Yeah, I don't even think they did that intentionally. I think
They called us a lot of news. They called us a lot of names. They didn't know what was gonna stick. They called us everything under the sun.
no good. Pryor started off with no good. You no gooder. Get off my porch.
They called us that spooks, coons, rats, dogs. I don't know.
What's your favorite corner store snack?
Oh, probably some gummies or something.
Yeah.
Definitely some gummies. Little salt and vinegar kettle Lays. Crazy.
I would say the little cream cheese Danishes and a good bag of salt and vinegar chips too.
Undefeated.
With a sweet tea.
Alright, we're in a social media era. Do you feel like social media is killing relationships or help build relationships?
I'm definitely not helping build a relationship.
I don't necessarily know if it's killing them. It's probably killing the weak-minded. Because if you allow something on social media or somebody liking a picture and you like, but I mean, what other option is there? I mean, that's what it is. To like. Or say that's okay. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people make too big of a deal about you liking a picture of somebody that you don't know. I think that's what maybe because I'm older, I just think it's ridiculous for people to be getting arguments. I can't believe now. If you liking your ex-girl picture and things of that nature, certain aspects of certain things, I will get that because you probably shouldn't maybe be following them
better
anyway.
with herself.
But you know, strangers and you getting upset over that stuff, like you know,
hobby or something.
if you catch a guy DMing somebody or things of that, I mean that's understandable. But you know that you gonna. DM is not the catalyst for that. So that means he's talking to people that he meet at the Starbucks too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That means he real life in too. You know, so it doesn't. If he's gonna DM somebody, what do you think he's doing when he meets somebody in person? You think he's just gonna be quiet and stand there and look nice, or vice versa? So it is not social media.
I definitely feel like it's doing more harm than good. You got people like Justin LA Boy, where you got. You know, like people, it needs to be stopped. Like the expectations is putting like more and more expectations. You got, you know, a lot more women carrying themselves like, you know, somebody owes something. Right. You know,
entitlement.
It's just like
be a person.
Is what you make it.
Like personal relationships, I feel like it can take a hit with business relationships. It can build. And
right.
grow.
I agree with that.
I agree. Everything in life is like balance, but you know.
I think people take themselves too seriously on social media too. You know what I'm saying? But those are personal issues. So if it wasn't social media, it'd be something else. You know what I mean? So people, whatever hang-ups people are exercising on social media, these are the real hang-ups they have in real life.
Right.
And so if you toxic on there, you toxic in real life. So something's bound to ruin your relationship anyway. You know, so you just allow it. Social media is just that particular tool at that particular time.
So I'd like to ask this question. This question doesn't have to be for you. It can be if you're giving advice to a sibling, a young man, or whatever the case may be. How long do you feel is a good amount of time to wait before you go on for the butt grab on a date? Somebody that you like. Somebody that you know what I mean?
Where we at with it? Is it this first, second, third?
It's
variable.
It's variable. Like the first, as most likely a no, go depending on what her body language hitting on. Right.
So that's all.
I met her at the strip club or I met her at church.
I mean, the church one might be even quicker.
Yeah, she was a stripper.
I mean,
she just went to church.
It's variable. I don't think there's a definitive answer to that. It's just you know, because that could be something. It could be something that they ask for. Or personally, like you know, because you sure are moving too slow. You know what I'm saying? I've been accused of moving too slow, but you know, I got 2 kids, so of course I didn't move too slow. But it's just you have to know you know, kind of read body language. And you know,
she got to touch me first.
Oh, nice one.
She got to touch me first.
Yes.
Being 50 years old is hit and miss. So I've won and I've lost. I've been down that road many times. So you just, you know, you might get that. What are you doing? Okay, leave it alone then. And like
the temperature. Was it warm in here?
Right. It's kind of cold.
Right.
I'm a fan of the butt grab.
Big fan.
Buns. You ever seen the Intelligent Brute video? Boy, I'm grabbing all buns. My favorite part of the video.
All right, everybody get into the cereal review portion of this show. We got Little Debbie. See that sugar getting a little too many. We got Little Debbie Cosmic Brownie cereal. There's too many words in the cereal. That's part of the problem. We got some special guests in the building. We got Leonardo DeVirgo in the building. Make sure you check the full interview if you're just catching just the recap or the cereal review. So we have a 0 to 5 bowl rating system. Wholes and halves. 0 to 5. What do you rate Cosmic Brownie cereal from Little Debbie and Kellogg's?
3.5.
3.5.
Solid. Very solid. Very solid.
Yeah. I would agree. I'm just
Another 3.5.
3.5.
It has a decent crunch. You don't really get too solid too fast.
I'm not a big fan of chocolate cereal.
Look, my boy had to get the second bowl, man.
He did.
He had to get the second bowl. Look,
I gotta talk about that.
Look, you know what?
I feel like you ready to hate.
You about to hate? I don't like the handshake. I don't like the hand.
Not at all.
Go ahead.
Lil Deb, that's a new name, Lil Deb.
Lil Deb.
Lil Deb from the hood, boy. These dead. I love these. You seen I got two. Got the rainbow chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with it.
They definitely did the real brownies.
You know, diversity. I see the diversity in the logo. I see that. Cosmic brownies. I'm not a fan of the real cosmic brownies, but
I like the real Cosmic.
these are alright. Crossword puzzle on the back. I love that word search. I'm gonna give her a 4.
Oh, 4.
That's
Hey. Box reading action is important.
True.
People don't talk about that. You know, you gotta have stuff on.
You gotta have that.
Hey,
If I ain't got nothing to play on the back while I'm eating,
You gotta have the aesthetic.
yeah, nowadays they just
but you know, that's the old school that. You
gotta
gotta read
be
the
able
box.
to, nothing but
Chocolates.
give me a little something to do on the
We
back.
like a good crossword puzzle, so that's why I'm gonna be generous. You just made me be generous. I was about to hate a little
Well, you gotta give them the whole presentation. The whole presentation, look.
You said that. I'm gonna be generous.
And they were good.
I mean, sure, you gotta do what's true to you. If they ain't busting, they ain't busting.
About to make me not be generous. I'm gonna be generous and go 2.5.
Damn, you're a hater. Wow.
I'm gonna go 2, but you did a good point.
Did you not see the advertisement of all the other things she makes here?
Yeah, I like all of that stuff too.
Whoa.
I was about to go 2 till you made a point about the back though.
Damn,
I had to show him some love.
Damn, Dad. Everybody in the hood ain't fucking with you.
It was just kind of weird. They do taste like brownies though, but I just don't like brownies and milk like that. It actually was better dry to me.
That was getting dry.
So this is definitely one of the joints you could probably put out as a snack food or something.
Right.
Let us know what you guys think, man. Cosmic brownie cereal.
Go ahead and try it.
I like the fact that they got little boxes of this, so they know, people gotta make up their mind. They don't need a family size of this just yet.
You give family a family size of chocolate. Good family.
Yeah, let's start us out. We need to start getting some shots. Remember, you used to sell them in the little boxes to the house?
Yeah.
Mailbox, that's not safe no more. I don't think it was then either.
But
They trust everything on that site. It's like when people trusted people.
you say a lot of stuff. You get a little sample of detergent, cereal, whatever.
Yeah, right.
You like the sampling.
Yeah.
I like samples. You guys like samples too. Make sure you guys check it for the music.
Yeah,
They're on streaming platforms. I just listen to it on Tidal, but you can listen to it on wherever you listen to music at. That's Leonardo DeVirgo. Yeah, you know. If Rockefeller was still there, I probably had the big eye. That's funny that they had to do Jay-Z or the dinner thing going around social media. I never ever wanted to meet Jay-Z in my life.
It ruined my family.
Yeah, because I got so many years of what if he's an asshole? I was like, that would just.
I can't
I
listen
think
to
that he is though.
I can't risk it. I just can't risk it.
I mean, I'm just not passing up. I would have dinner with him, but I'm not passing up $500,000.
No, I'm getting that money. Because
I'd take the $500,000 and eat at the same restaurant and just throw the juices on the wall.
your path, and that's what I was telling somebody in reference to that. Your path, like first of all, that brother sold drugs, so that's part of his journey.
Right.
So you got to do that first. That's, you know what I'm saying? He didn't just come into that money and then he brokered it into other things. So, I mean, you have to take that initial risk, which I'm not willing to take in that aspect of it. You know what I mean? So even though we take all for taking risks in our life, I ain't really take that particular one just to get to where he at. You know what I'm saying? So I take the money.
Yeah, I feel people though, like you opportunities, boo-boo. Mostly people that saying there are people who have access to resources. So they already like, I can get money. Let me get that in meeting. So that's a different kind of content.
That's cool if you already got the foundation. If you already got the foundation, and all you need is that one ear, or you know what I'm saying.
There's different levels.
500K.
Well, I think if somebody like that, I hope they got 500,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. 5 million over, I'll just eat.
Yeah, I heard somebody.
If I gotta get a $500,000, then you know I have a financial advisor, and I think I'm good from there. You know what I'm saying? Even as a thousandaire, you know, you just make your money work.
500K.
Right, bro.
Same restaurant.
The problem, I think the problem with people is if they were to get a whole lump sum of money, they want to go on shopping sprees. They want to ball out. They want to perform for what you alluded to, social media.
They want to catch up.
And I don't care. Like
They could blow that in a week.
They can blow that $1 million.
Yeah, I look like a bump.
$1 million house and $1 million car.
Right.
You in debt. Talk about.
Now working for that car and that.
But yeah, you know, the first person I heard say that though, they said, you know, they would take the dinner, but this is somebody who already got access to millions.
Right. Of course, they would say that because they don't need nothing. But you know, I need a 5. I need that. I need that. Like, yes,
me up with that offer, so make sure you
let me
follow
get
us on all social media at Big Bo's Party in case you got that offer. You know what I mean? Let us know what you guys are eating. Like, subscribe, comment in the comment section, and go check out that music, man.
Please. We were doing it before T.I. and this, so just let so you know.
Hey,